Okay, hello folks. Welcome, how you doing? DSP here. What is going on? As you can hear, my voice is a little hoarse. I'm going to have a cough drop here to try to lubricate my throat. Today, I'm actually a lot less congested than I've been. My nose is really not bothering me at all. It's all my throat now. But I did take Mucinex, so I'm just waiting for the Mucinex to kick in. I took it about an hour ago, and it usually takes about an hour to start working. Ugh. So anyway, everyone, I just wanted to say hello, let you know that I am here. The stream has just went live a couple minutes ago. Today's going to be the conclusion of Final Fantasy XV story, okay? But not the conclusion of the playthrough, because once you conclude the story, apparently you get to go back in time, back to before you left the open world, and a bunch of new optional side content opens up, which I've heard is quite good. I actually heard that the side content of this game is plentiful and entertaining if you've liked all the stuff up to, you know, that point. And the truth is, I did. You know, doing the optional side dungeons and stuff in the game was actually quite fun. So I do want to explore some more. I know that there's one or two side dungeons that I didn't do anyway. I know that there's a optional dungeon that opens at the end of the game. You know, and a few other things. You know, I definitely want to check out maybe some of the higher ranked hunts. I actually know that there's a couple that I haven't done yet that are pretty awesome boss fights with giant monsters and stuff. So I definitely want to check those out. So the primary goal of today's stream to finish the story. I don't think that's going to take very long, but the post-game exploration could be quite interesting. So that's what we're going to be, you know, starting today. Now, if I'm having a lot of fun on this stream and, you know, wow, there's a lot of post-game stuff I'm enjoying, I want to keep looking, I may do this again tonight at 7 p.m. It might be both streams today. Could be Final Fantasy 15. Okay? But we'll see. If not, if it ends up that, you know, I play this and I'm like, okay, you know, it's cool, but I want a break from it, then tonight I'll be playing more Dead Rising 4. So I'll decide on the fly, I guess, you know, over the course of today's stream and based on your feedback, too. I'll be listening to stuff that, you know, you guys are saying, and go from there. So that's really it. I have to use the restroom, so I'm gonna use the restroom. Take this opportunity to grab a drink or a snack or do whatever you need to do to get ready for the stream. You know, you need to use the restroom too. I'll be back with Prestream. Got a few announcements today, good ones, positive ones, and then we'll get the show on the road. Okay. All right. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Take this opportunity to get ready yourself, and I'll see you in a few. Enjoy the fan art that was submitted over the course of this week on the forums. Pretty awesome that people are getting back into the fan art mood. I loved using fan art when I used to, and I'm happy that it's coming back. So thanks for that, everyone, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome. How are you doing? Darkside Phil here live on my first of two streams for the day. Today is Wednesday, December 14th, 2016. Whew, we're almost halfway through the month, and it's almost Christmas, if you can believe it, ladies and gentlemen. 11 days left until Christmas. Time is flying. Yes, it is. I certainly hope that most of you have already done your holiday shopping, because if you have not yet, you are risking your life and limb to be heading out there in the next couple of weeks before Christmas hits. Like, seriously, it's getting worse and worse. This is when the traffic gets worse. This is when people get desperate to try to grab gifts for people because they procrastinated. And, yeah, it is flying by time. Holy shit. Can you believe it's the end of the year? Holy crap. I mean, yeah, I know. Me too. I'm in the same boat as you if that's the way you're thinking, because for me, I'm like, damn, pretty soon I got to work on my year-end series, and there's going to be all these events going on, and holy shit, you know, this time flew by. It really did. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's first of two gameplay streams. As you can hear, I'm still choking. As you can hear, I still have symptoms of my cold. Yes, it is still going to be a pain in the ass. I apologize. You'll hear hoarseness in my voice. I'll have to clear my throat. I'll have to blow my nose. All the usual stuff. And it sucks, but it's life. I'm getting better every day. Today, actually, my congestion in my nose is almost non-existent. And I didn't even have to take a decongestant. I did not take a decongestant today because I felt that I could actually breathe. So, excuse me. Whew. So, that being said, you know, we are progressing forward, which is good because when I start doing these year-end series, I got to do a lot of voiceover work. And obviously, I'd like to have my voice fully back by that time. So, what are we up to today? This first gameplay stream is the conclusion of the story of Final Fantasy XV. Now, it's actually funny, and the reason I say that is because if you actually look at the entirety of my Final Fantasy XV playthrough, okay? If you actually look at when I started playing it almost, well, it was 2 weeks ago now, okay? And when you compare that to the sessions that I've done, I've probably only, out of all the times I've played the game, which is probably like maybe 10, okay? Because if you actually look, I've played the game for around 40 hours. I've probably only had 3 sessions that had any story in them. I think the very first session, okay, and then there was a session later on, and then there was the session this last Sunday, when literally I went from chapters 9 to 14, so I wrapped up a third of the game in one session, okay? And I think this is a major criticism a lot of people have of Final Fantasy XV, is that the story itself seems rushed, disjointed, seems like it's missing major chunks in it. You know, there's things in the story that happen that don't really make sense, and things that aren't ever really explained in the story. And then, you know, you could beat it so quickly. If you really just focus on the story, you can get through it. People are saying within, say, 8 to 10 hours. Versus all the other Final Fantasy games, including 13. If you actually think back to Final Fantasy 13, the last really numbered installment that was a single-player game and not an MMO, to get through the story, it took upwards of 20 to 30 hours because you had to play through a bunch of stuff to do it. For example, in Final Fantasy 13, yeah, there was like 10 hours of linear gameplay, but then the world opened up, and in order to actually progress in the story, you had to do side content and grinding to level up your characters in order to tackle the higher level bosses and stuff that were coming up next. In this case, that's not the case. In the case of Final Fantasy 15, you could literally play the story from start to finish within, say, 10 hours, and then never do any side content. But then you're literally missing like 80% of the game if you do that. And I think that's a major problem a lot of people complain about with this game is there's just, it doesn't seem like it's connected. It actually seems like they had an idea for the game, and that idea was this open world with all these dungeons and side content, right? But then they never implemented it. Instead, they had one team who rushed out a story, and they had another team who did all the other work, and they just kind of crammed the two things together, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel like a coherent whole. And I have to agree. That is the case with this game, in my opinion. It's not it's not a good game in regards that there's not enough content or it's not fun. It's that it doesn't seem connected. It seems like the game director really flubbed what they were doing, especially with some of these story chapters that just within 20 minutes it's over, and it's like, what the fuck just happened? So, so that being said, okay, today we're gonna finish the story. I'm in chapter 14, the final story chapter, okay? It lasts about an hour from what people are saying, like maybe 2 hours tops if you have problems with it, but from what I'm to understand, I'm way over leveled for it, so I don't think that there's gonna be much of an issue here. Now it's funny, because Square Enix already came out publicly and said, well, due to the criticism that we're receiving for the story, we're going to patch the game. We're going to patch it, and it's going to have more cutscenes, and it's going to have more of this or that. And the bottom line is, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is, the game's already out, okay? The game's already out. People have already played it. Most people have already beaten it. So, it doesn't matter what they add after the fact. What the game is at launch is what the game is at launch, and that's what people basically have to judge it on. And they kind of goofed, in my opinion. They did. They goofed. They squandered an opportunity here to have one of the best RPGs ever made. Because if they really did have a coherent whole of a game with a coherent story and all of that, it would have been a better game overall. But instead, they decided to have this disjointed mess that took 10 years to develop, and obviously they had a lack of management, a lack of direction of what they were doing with the game. And that's sad. That really is sad. Because, like I said, if this game had a different combat engine and it was more coherent, it really, I think, could have been the best RPG ever made. I mean, the open world with the amazing graphics, right? The cool dungeons, the draw distance that I've basically kissed its ass the entire time I played the game. I mean, have you ever played an RPG where you can fucking see everything at once? And you might say, oh, but what about Dark Souls? Alright, fair enough. Dark Souls 3 did that too, where you could see off in the distance and then later on you actually go to those locations. But I'm talking like a standard RPG with the amount of content and side content and stuff that this game has. I've never seen an RPG with this kind of draw distance and you'll be able to, wow, look at that thing way out there. I want to check that out later. And then you end up there later as a dungeon or whatever. It's pretty cool. So, I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings about the game that I'll be talking about in my upcoming review, alright? So the way I'm going to tackle it is today, I'm going to complete the story right now. Oh, excuse me. This is going to be about probably an hour to an hour and a half to complete the story, okay? Then I'm going to check out the post-game content. Now, from what I'm going to understand, okay, there's apparently a few things that open up post-game. I know there's a couple hunts that are like big game hunts that are only for like super experienced players with tons of HP and all of that. Okay. In addition, there's also dungeons. Now, from what I understand, there's different kinds of dungeons. There's a bunch of dungeons that open up that are more like enemy gauntlets. But then there's one dungeon that opens up that's completely different from anything in the game. It's a puzzle / platforming dungeon. There's no combat at all. And even people who, like, I guess are good at puzzles are saying it's very challenging. And it takes about 3 to 5 hours to complete. That's pretty crazy. But I've also heard it has insane amounts of stuff in it in regards to items and stuff that's going to be dropping and everything. So in that regard, hopefully, you know, I check it out and I like it and I'd like to do it. I'd like to complete it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Oh man, excuse me. But what I'm most interested in is kind of going back and doing the dungeons that I didn't do yet. I know there's one dungeon that's a tower that opens up at night, and I didn't do it, and I know it has a royal arm inside. I definitely want to check that out, okay? And other stuff, too. I've heard there's a giant hunt that's really awesome, so. So we'll see. Now, here's the deal. If I'm playing this today, and I beat the story, and I'm doing the post-game, and I'm having a lot of fun, and people on the stream are enjoying it, too, and we're all having good fun, then tonight at 7 p.m., I'll do it again. I'll stream another stream of Final Fantasy 15. So we'll have a full day of advancement in the game and checking out all the post-game stuff, okay? Now, if I play this and I'm like, okay, it's good, but I feel like doing something different, or people are saying, all right, great, but we're kind of burnt out. We don't want to see any more Final Fantasy 15 today. Then later tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be doing more Dead Rising 4 on stream, okay? So, one or the other. It'll either be all Final Fantasy today, or it'll be Final Fantasy and Dead Rising 4 mixed together. That's kind of what we're coming up against here and what we'll be doing. Alright? Fair enough? Tomorrow, I will be concluding The Last Guardian. From what I understand, I only have 2 to 3 hours left in the game. So tomorrow on my main stream, I will be completing the game. And then tomorrow night, I'm not sure. Tomorrow night, I may be doing more Dead Rising 4. I may be doing more Final Fantasy. or I may be working on the Last Guardian review. It all depends, okay? It all depends on how I feel. You know, my voice, obviously, you can hear it's very hoarse right now. If I have a good voice for tomorrow, maybe I will do the review. I don't know. We'll see. So we shall see what happens, okay? But the bottom line is I'm hoping that by the end of this week into early next week, I'm going to be finishing up games like Final Fantasy 15, Dead Rising 4, and you're going to see me balancing my days where the first half of the day will be gameplay, and the second half of the day will end up being me doing like offline stuff, reviews. Boy, my voice sounds like shit, doesn't it? Oh, what the fuck? My voice sounded like shit. Oh, it sounds better now. I cleared it a little bit. Fuck, man. How annoying. Oh, it's fucking cold. I gotta get rid of this cold. This cold is pissing me the fuck off. Okay. So, as I was saying, I'm hoping to finish up a lot of these ongoing playthroughs by next week. Keep in mind, next week is The Walking Dead Season 3. 2 episodes are releasing, but that's really the only new release next week. I have a few plans for Christmas, actually. I have a few plans for Christmas. Hold on a second. My fucking laptop isn't working. There. Laptop was not fucking working. Okay. I refreshed it now. It seems to be working. Okay. So, next week, well, really, it's more than a week away, but Christmas. I have a few plans for things for Christmas, okay? First off, I'm going to be doing a gameplay stream on Christmas Eve, and I think it's going to be WWE 2K17 Holiday Sims. I do Holiday Sims every single year in WWE, and I bought the game a couple months ago, and I did a few sessions of, you know, the career mode. Sadly, I hate to say it, the career mode was not much improved this year, even though that's what they promised they were improving because they didn't have a story mode. I was very disappointed with it. So really, I haven't done anything with WWE in over 2 months. Okay? I'm going to be doing Holiday Sims. This means it's going to be crazy, you know, fantasy characters, zany holiday-themed stuff. It's going to be a fun stream. And when I do these Sims, people really love them. Keep in mind, since these are fantasy Sims, you don't have to be a fan of wrestling to tune in and enjoy these. It's more just holiday silliness, okay? So, I hope that you guys and gals will be here, or at least check out the videos on Christmas Eve. I think that's going to be a fun event, okay? Christmas Day. I want to do a stream, but I don't want it to be like a serious stream. So I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to be doing on Christmas Day yet. Okay. I guess it all depends on what's going on, if I finished all the ongoing playthroughs and what I'm up to at that point. But what I'm thinking of doing is maybe on Christmas Day, for those who are available to hang out, just to do a more chill stream. Where maybe I could do something holiday themed and we could all just chat it up about the holidays and what kind of traditions our families have had on Christmas. And, you know, different, what do we get for Christmas? Stuff like that, you know what I mean? I'm certainly not expecting there's going to be a ton of people here, but it may be something cool and more chillaxed to do, you know what I mean? Rather than, oh god, I gotta be there for an ongoing playthrough Phil's doing on Christmas. No, nothing like that. It'll be more like, show up if you can, hang out, have fun, you know. A more chill stream. So, that would be on Christmas Day. And then, you know, I'll start talking more about following Christmas soon, but right after Christmas, a couple days after, I'm starting my multiplayer event with patrons, and it seems like most patrons want to play Overwatch, so it seems like there may be many sessions of Overwatch and maybe some Battlefield and stuff. I'm actually surprised, because for the people who have at least registered so far, no one's wanted anything, like no one said Gears of War 4, no one said Titanfall 2 or anything like that. They're all just like Overwatch or Battlefield, and that's it. So it may end up being kind of the same thing for a few days, but I guess we'll see, okay? Oh my god. Wow, my throat actually hasn't been this bad the entire time I've been sick. I don't know what's going on today. My throat is, getting worn out here, and I don't know why. Ugh. Alright. So, I guess I really shouldn't talk too much longer since my voice is giving out. So, really don't have too much else to talk about. Here's what we'll do. I'll bring up the plugs, and we'll just talk about these quickly. First of all, Loot Crate. I have a Loot Crate referral link and discount code. If you go to lootcrate.com/darksidephil, and you, from that page, sign up for any new Loot Crate subscription, and you use the discount code SAVEME10DSP, you'll save 10%, and I get a little bit of referral credit. So, it's kind of a cool thing to think about. Maybe a gift for someone, maybe something for yourself. With the holidays coming up, you know, treat yourself to something, a cool kind of merchandise and you know, different kind of themed pop culture subscription, okay? So, consider doing that. That's one way that you can actually help out. Follow me on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. There, I post up every single night, schedule updates and the like. I post up when I'm going live on stream. I post up when videos are live. So it's important to kind of be in the know. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you'll always be in the know on all the stuff that I'm doing, okay? KO Gaming. Admittedly, KO Gaming has been dead for a couple weeks now because I've been inundated with so many new game playthroughs that I haven't had a chance to really do anything for the channel. But shortly, there's going to be game reviews for Final Fantasy XV, The Last Guardian, Dead Rising 4, Pokemon Moon. My year-end series are going to be up there, including the most disappointing games of 2016, including the Game of the Year awards, including the fan-voted funniest moments of the year. All this stuff is happening shortly, okay? So, please, check it out. YouTube.com/KOGaming1. I recommend that you subscribe. This is not a channel where I upload a million videos a day at all. In fact, it's maybe a video once a week, every couple of weeks. It depends on what's going on. So please subscribe and check it out. There will be new stuff up there shortly. Okay? Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. This month, as you saw scrolling through the little montage there of fan art and stuff, this month, the goal for Patreon, if we hit the funding goal, is a marathon stream by which I'm going to be playing games that are not really meant to be like long playthrough games, but instead games that are more like time killer games, games that are relaxed games, games that maybe could get a lot of stream interaction. And I want to do a more chill stream, a marathon, like 7+ hours, where really it's just about me getting personal with the viewing audience and talking about stuff and hanging out and having fun and jumping in between a few different games. And I want to make it happen. I want to see if it's going to work and how it's going to work out and if it's going to be successful. A lot of people have told me to do this kind of stream, and, you know, I'm a little apprehensive to do it, but I think it could work out, okay? So, if you pledge $5 or more by the end of this month to my Patreon, you can actually get in on that, okay? I'm actually going to take another lozenge because obviously you can hear my voice is really getting hoarse. It's pissing me the fuck off. Because I feel fine. I don't feel sick at all. I honestly don't feel sick at all. It's just that this fucking cold is pissing me off. The lingering symptoms of this bullshit cold. So yeah, Patreon. And then keep in mind, it's not just about the monthly goal. It's also about, you know, personal perks that you get depending on how much you pledge to my Patreon, and allowing me to do this full time. People, I still don't realize this apparently, but Patreon is the reason that for the past 2 years I've been able to do this on YouTube. YouTube constantly is having issues with views, with ad revenue, with all kinds of bullshit. And this year it really hit me hard, starting in the summer. All of a sudden I saw plummeting views. And then all of a sudden, the past couple of months, YouTubers started coming out publicly and saying it's affecting everyone. And YouTube and Google won't admit that there's a problem, nor will they take any kind of responsibility for it. So it's obvious that they fucked up the site somehow. So we're all basically doing worse. Patreon is the reason that I can afford to still do this. So please consider pledging. It's the way to go above and beyond. Yes, you can always sub to my Twitch. Sure, you could throw me some bits on a Twitch stream, and I appreciate that, and that does help. But Patreon, out of all those things, takes the least cut. So if you really want to help me out, please consider pledging to my Patreon, okay? All right. Last but not least, there's my girlfriend's business, The Black Currant, by which she sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. She's been doing very well for herself this holiday season. Tons of people have been ordering. And you might want to consider doing so for yourself, whether it's to try to do a last-minute Christmas gift or maybe just something for after Christmas for yourself, you know? She makes very high-quality stuff, and I don't want to say, don't take my word for it here, okay? Just go to the website yourself, and if you go to the website yourself, you will find tons of positive customer feedback in the 2 years that she's now been in operation. I think you'll really like it. So check it out there. It's at etsy.com/shop/theblackcurrant. Okay, everybody. I got a lozenge in my throat now. And feeling a little bit better. So, all right. Now is the time. Now is the place for the conclusion of the Final Fantasy XV story. Ugh. And I hope that my fucking throat will clear up because it's really annoying me. It really is. Alright, folks. Thank you for being patient. And, let's begin, shall we? Sound good? Alright, we shall begin now. Alright, let me get rid of this. The game is already booted, by the way. But, oh yeah, I do want to say two things. First of all, we got a new emote. For those who are subs of mine here or interested in subbing, there's a new emote that came directly out of last night's Batman, the Telltale series conclusion. There was an epic glitch during this gameplay. An invisible person. Okay, an invisible person who did not render properly. Just eyeballs and teeth. It was disgusting. And I want to say special shout out to Popsicolo, who made an emo of it overnight. He screen capped it and made an emo. So there it is. People are already pasting it in the stream chat. It's really awesome. Thank you to Popsicolo. And now I have one more emo available. So if anyone has ideas for another emo, especially with the ongoing stuff that I'll be doing, you know, another idea pops up, please consider, you know, submitting on the forums. A lot of people are submitting stuff, fan art, as well as emotes on my forums at thekingofhate.com. Okay? Oh, boy. Anything else? I guess the only other thing I'll do is last night I completely forgot to give thank you shout-outs, and that's my bad. I should have, okay? I screwed up. So let me go ahead and refresh my Streamlabs, and I will give the shout-outs appropriately to both people today and yesterday. If it feels like refreshing. Okay, so let me go back. All the way back here. So yesterday, here we go, I'll go through everything. Yesterday, we had AK5768 who subscribed. We had Mr. Vidar Viking, Amakoru, Howling Wolf Joey, No Hero. They all gave bits last night during last night's Batman stream. So special thanks to all of them. I appreciate that. This morning, we had Amakoru, Woobag, No Hero, Amakoru again, Jay Rodder, and Amakoru again, who all gave bits. Damn, thanks everyone. And we had a new subscriber, Drowsy Lewis, who subscribed. Awesome. We got a good start today. It's always a good day when I haven't even streamed any gameplay yet and I've got 1,500 bits and a new subscriber. So thank you very much for that support. I appreciate that. You guys and gals are awesome. Oh, and Captain, or CPT DCW 9514 just gave a bit shout out. So thank you for that. Alright, well, let's let's get started here. I'm gonna tough through this even though my voice sounds like shit. I'm gonna do my best, okay? Okay. Got my headphones on. And here we are. Holy shit, it looks creepy, man. Okay, so let's start recording. Alright, so here we are. Okay, hello folks. Hello and welcome. As you can hear, yes, voice is still screwed up, and it will continue to be, I get the feeling, for days, because of this stupid cold. But I'm still gonna tough through it. The good news is today is only one gameplay stream. Today is Final Fantasy 15, the post game. Heading back into it today to finish up with Castle Mark, which glitched out when I played it 2 days ago. I'm also going to be doing, hopefully, some big experience gains, some hunts, some other post-game dungeons. There's quite a lot left to do in the game, and that's what I'm going to be exploring with today. Okay? So, thank you for being here. I just tweeted that we're live, okay? So, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes for more people to join. Obviously, right now, people are just starting to join the stream. So, that's it. That's the plan for today. It's just going to be Final Fantasy 15. Tomorrow will be more Dead Rising 4, plus a new special DSP Tries It of Cup Noodles based off of Final Fantasy 15. I'll start my review of The Last Guardian tomorrow. Alright, there's a lot coming up in the next few days. Regards of Final Fantasy 15, Dead Rising 4, reviews are going to begin. And then this week I'm going to resume with Pokemon Moon. We got some new stuff coming up this week, some exciting stuff. It's going to be a good week coming up, okay? The pre-Christmas week. So, alright. I'm going to give it a few minutes here for people to join, and then we'll begin. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back shortly. Take this opportunity, grab a drink, snack, use the restroom, and within, say, 5 or so, 10 or so minutes, we'll get started with a short pre-stream and then gameplay. Alrighty. Okay, what is up, everyone? DSP here live on the stream. Still suffering with this goddamn cold. I mean, the good news is it's entered into its final stage. The bad news is its final stage is lasting quite a long freaking time. As you can hear, my throat is swollen, very agitated. I just had a cup of hot tea. I'm probably going to pop a lozenge in a moment here because it hurts. My throat is swollen and it hurts. And it sucks, you know. I've been suffering with this cold for almost 2 weeks now. This actually started Monday of last week, and here it is Friday of the next week. And the fucking thing won't go away. But the same thing happened to Leanna, who gave it to me. Her cold lasted about 2 weeks, and now she's finally shaking it. So, I'm kind of in the same boat that she was in. So, yeah, I know that I don't sound great. Okay, I know that I sound, hoarse. It's because I am hoarse. Okay? But I am going to tough through it. Only one gameplay stream today. So, that's good. You know, I'm not doing a double stream like I've been doing all week. Therefore, I'll get a little bit of rest on my throat. Because I have to go out and do errands and stuff later today. Go grocery shopping and stuff like that. Alright, hold on. Let me pop this lozenge and then we'll continue. Okay, so today, Final Fantasy 15. I'm returning to the game for more post-game. For those who aren't aware, this game has an incredible amount of post-game content, okay? Tons. There's ridiculously tough dungeons. There's optional dungeons that open up after you get all the royal arms. There's a puzzle dungeon that lasts like 4 to 6 hours. There are super high-level hunts against incredibly rare monsters that you can only tackle in the post-game. Okay? So, there is a lot left to do in the game. And the bottom line is, I have been having fun playing it. And that's why I'm continuing. I want to continue to play the post-game stuff. And I've been really enjoying it. I also feel that I really need to experience a lot of this post-game stuff in order to properly review the game. Because a lot of people have even been saying the post-game is the best part of the game for them. So I obviously need to experience some of this in order to properly review the game. Or else I'll be missing out on quite a large amount of the entertaining content from the game. Okay? Alright. And someone in the stream chat just said, well, I thought you hated this game. Yes, I hate Final Fantasy 15. That's why I've played it for 50 hours. You're absolutely right. Facepalm. Oh. I swear to God, people just believe whatever they hear. They're just not very intelligent. I'm sorry. If you believe that I hate Final Fantasy 15, you are a nudnik. This game has been entertaining. I've said there are many things in this game that I very much enjoy. The problem is you gotta balance that with some of the things that I really dislike about it. It really does seem like a game that kind of lost its way, that could have been amazing, that could have been the best RPG ever if they hadn't taken so many missteps. Excuse me. Yes, I apologize. You're going to be hearing that all day today. There's nothing you can do, nothing I can do about it, okay? Alright, so, today, what's the goal? Well, if you've been watching my Final Fantasy 15 playthrough, okay? If you're caught up with it, if you know what's going on, you already know, okay? Last time I played, I took on the Castlemark dungeon. This is actually the hardest dungeon considered to be part of the main game, meaning you can do it during the main story. You don't have to wait for the post-game in order to do the dungeon. The problem is the dungeon is incredibly tough, especially if you're not using the guide. If you take a misstep, you end up fighting a gauntlet of red giants 4 fucking times. And of course, me not using a guide, I had to fight them 4 fucking times, okay? So, it really, really screwed me over. I had to fight these fuckers. I finally got through it after going crazy to the grindstone fighting these guys, okay? And then what happened? I fought the boss. The boss was incredibly easy compared to the rest of the dungeon, which is hilarious that the boss is easier than the regular mobs in the fucking dungeon. And then, guess what? The game glitched out. The game did not finish the dungeon. It did not allow me to finish up the quest. It did not allow me to get the final royal arm. It's a common bug. Basically, people are saying it's about a 50-50 shot, okay? Where, when you finish this dungeon, either it works fine, or you get screwed. And I got butt-fucked. Completely butt-fucked, okay? Now, the good news is, you can, complete it. I guess what you have to do is, you have to go back in, walk through the dungeon again, from the beginning, right? Fight some normal mobs, which is fine. The mobs aren't super tough in this dungeon anyway. Besides some of the bombs and stuff, but I brought enough healing items that even, it's not a huge deal, okay? But then you have to go all the way back to the boss. The good news is I don't have to fight the red giants again ever. Apparently that once you kill them after the boss or whatever, they're gone. You don't ever have to go down there again. And I might have to refight the boss, but then it should work. But again, it's kind of a 50-50 shot. It might or might not work. I may have to redo the dungeon a couple times. But that's the goal for today, is to try to complete Castlemark. Once I do, alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the hotel in Altissia that if you pay 30,000 gold, okay, or gil, you get 3 times experience. Now, I already have 100,000 experience. What I'm hoping is after redoing this dungeon again, and by the way, I got some good advice earlier from someone in stream chat. They said, why don't you craft some Expericast spells and use them on the boss? Even if they don't do any damage, it doubles or triples your experience on the final boss, and therefore you'll be getting tons of experience points out of this dungeon. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to try to get maximum experience from this second run in the dungeon, and then I'm going to go to Altissia, use this hotel, and triple that experience. So what I'm hoping is that maybe I can gain 20 levels, you know what I mean? If I can hit like level 80-something, then maybe I can coast through some of these higher level hunts that I need to do for the legendary weapons, okay? The next one that I need to do is level 65, so I'm hoping maybe I can do a ton of these. So, let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see how it goes. After that, after all that happens on stream, then I'll decide, do I want to unlock the next level of dungeons, which happens after you get all the royal arms? Or do I want to do more of the legendary hunts, right? I'll tell you right now, everyone, the one thing I'm not going to do today is the puzzle dungeon. I'm aware it exists. I want to do it, okay? But I'm not going to do it today because it is a 4 to 6 hour long dungeon where you have to play it basically in one sitting, or if you leave your PS4 on suspend, obviously you can't play any more games on your PS4. So, yeah, I definitely want to do it. I'm not doing it today. I might do it next week. We'll see if I get like 2 days back to back where I have time to play. Maybe I'll do 2 days, the puzzle dungeon, and it'll be part 1 and part 2. 2 different streams, you know what I mean? So that's a possibility next week, all right? But not today. No way I could do it today. I don't have enough time today to do it. Plus, with my voice and everything, not going to happen, all right? All I'm doing today is Final Fantasy. After that, I need to go out and do errands and stuff for the rest of the day. Tomorrow, Dead Rising 4 will return on stream. I'm also going to do a special DSP Tries It. That's Final Fantasy 15 related. It's going to be cup noodles. Yes, the product placement, the gratuitous product placement is going to be in effect tomorrow for DSP Tries It. Okay? I'm also going to start my review of The Last Guardian. And then this coming week, you're going to see more Final Fantasy 15 post-game. You're going to see more Dead Rising 4. Alright? And you're going to see Pokemon Moon returning as an ongoing playthrough, since now I'm done with The Last Guardian. As I start to finish up these games, you'll see more reviews. This Tuesday, you're going to see The Walking Dead Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2. And, if everything goes according to plan, okay, I got an exclusive entry into a beta for a game that we were all hyped for this year, but did not happen, okay? The beta is launching this week, and if everything goes according to plan, and I get this beta key, I'm going to be covering it offline. I'm not going to stream it, but I'm going to be covering that this week too. So that'll be an exclusive beta coverage for you on DSP Gaming. A surprise game. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, because I want it to be a big surprise, okay? So we'll see if that comes together. So that's roughly what you can expect this week from me, okay? Alright. I don't want to do a long pre-stream because my voice is very hoarse, as you can hear. What I will say is this. Here, let's get rid of the fan art, and let's just go to the plugs. Please consider supporting me in one of these many ways outside of just watching the streams or subbing or giving bits. Those are awesome ways that you could support me. And by the way, it's been very profitable streaming here on Twitch since I came back. So thank you to those who have subbed, who have given bits and cheers. It's really awesome, okay? But there's other ways you can help as well, okay? One way is Loot Crate. If you use my referral link, which is lootcrate.com/darksidephil, and you subscribe to any new Loot Crate there, you can then use the discount code SAVEME10DSP to save 10% on any new subscription, and I get some referral credit for that. So please consider doing that, especially if you're already going to get a Loot Crate subscription, or it's a gift or whatever. It's a great way for you to get something cool and for me to get a little bit of credit for it, all right? You got Twitter. Follow me there. You got KO Gaming, where very shortly, like I said, I'm going to be working on reviews, starting with The Last Guardian. Then you're going to have other reviews like Dead Rising 4, Final Fantasy, leading into my year-end series that are going to begin within the next couple of weeks. So you're going to want to subscribe over there if you haven't yet, okay? Patreon. Patreon is huge. I want to say thank you because in the last couple of days, a bunch of people did pledge to my Patreon, which is awesome. I really appreciate that. And Patreon is very important. Without Patreon support, I wouldn't be here still doing this as a job, okay? You know, I'm here toughing through this fucking cold. I have almost no voice. I'm toughing through it for you guys, and Patreon is the way. If you want to go above and beyond and allow me to keep doing this, please pledge. You know, if I could do this awesome event of a long marathon-style Twitch and Chill stream, I would love it. I think it's going to be a fun event. You'll get to pick what games I play during that stream if you pledge $5 or more by the end of the month. Plus, there's all personal perks and stuff that you get, so please check out my Patreon, okay? And then last but not least, obviously, my girlfriend's business, The Black Currant. Handmade glycerin soaps, wax tart melts, great quality stuff. Good idea for a Christmas gift, good idea for a post-Christmas gift for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Check out the website yourself, and you'll see tons of positive customer feedback from those who've tried the products themselves. People love it, and you will too. All right. There you have it, everyone. That is the pre-stream. Short and sweet. Let's boot her up, and let's get started with Final Fantasy 15. Fair enough? All right, let's do this. All right. Very nice. My nose itches. Ah. Okay, get rid of that. Alright, headphones on. I think the volume level is good. By the way, the game's already booted because I didn't want everyone to have to be sitting around waiting. Ugh. I'm just finishing up my lozenge at this point, but... Ugh, I don't think my throat's going to be getting much better. Well, I already took Mucinex and Robitussin. So, it should be getting better. It just takes, as you know, every day it's been like this. And then within, say, an hour, it gets a lot better. So, it'll probably take about an hour, and then I'll be good. Okay? Alright, here we go. Alright, well, okay, hello everybody. How you doing? Phil here on the stream live. How are ya? Hopefully the answer is good. I mean, we're entering in the holiday week, right? This is the big week, the final push. Everyone getting ready for Christmas coming up. You know, I as well will be. I've already announced last night in the weekend preview all my plans for the holidays this coming weekend that I hope you'll join me for, but... You know, we've got a ways to go before we get to that. Today is going to be more post-game of Final Fantasy XV, as well as hopefully my beginning to work on my Last Guardian review, which I was trying to work on since Friday, and it just has not worked out due to my illness and other stuff going on. But it should be a pretty fun week. A lot of stuff going on. New stuff tomorrow. Pokemon Moon returning later this week. Hopefully by then my voice is, you know... excuse me, better. Right now, as you can hear, my voice is still kind of strained, but it's not, my throat is not super swollen like it's been the past week. So, oh, someone's like, echo? You guys are hearing an echo. Excuse me, better. Hold on. As you can hear, my voice is still kind of strained, but it's not, now you should not have an echo. I think it was because the stream was playing on my desktop, which I did not tell it to do. Hold on. It's not mic echo at all. It's the stupid stream was playing on my my desktop, which I did not tell it to do. So, Twitch auto-played it. Even though I had it paused. Yep. I think this week's going to be better because, like I said, my throat is not as swollen as it's been. Yes, I still have nasal drip, and yes, my throat still hurts. It's not up to snuff 100%. But it was like last night, all of a sudden, my throat stopped being so swollen. And so now I can actually talk. And, which is good. It's good because now I can actually do streams without, you know, blah, 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 like I've been doing. So that's a good thing, for sure. So yeah, today's stream will be Final Fantasy XV. Tonight I hope to work on my Last Guardian review. Tomorrow we got new stuff coming up. I'll talk about that in a couple minutes in the formal pre-stream. So I hope that everyone's in a festive mood. Okay. Alright, I'm going to give it a couple minutes here. I tweeted that the stream is live like 2 minutes ago. So I'll give it a couple minutes for everyone to join. Take this opportunity to grab a drink or a snack, use the restroom, do whatever you need to do. Alright? Today's big run in Final Fantasy XV will be an experience stacking run, meaning I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 of the bonus dungeons and try to accumulate all that experience into one big lump so that then I can go back to Alticia and try to like triple experience boost it. I'm also going to try to buy the 100% experience boosting item to get double the experience down. Plus, I'll be using Expericast. It's going to be pretty crazy. Okay? Alright, so I'll be back in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Final Fantasy XV right around the corner. Thanks, everyone. See you in a few. Okay, hello, everyone, and welcome. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're doing well. I am Darkside Phil. And welcome to today's gameplay stream. Today is Monday, December 19th. 2016. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the home stretch. It is the holiday week. This week is the week where most people will be celebrating Christmas or some variation of it at the end of this week, right? And because of that, the hustle and bustle is in full effect. People will be going to and fro. Some will be traveling across the country to visit loved ones, family members, friends. Some people will be working their butts off. That final push to get the work done before the holiday weekend, right? Some people will be working retail jobs, which really sucks because this is the week when everyone's rushing to grab those last minute goodies for their friends and family, and therefore the shopping is incredibly hectic, to say the least. So, for me, this week means that it's an opportunity for me to try to wrap up the year, try to finish up with the releases for 2016, start reviewing the releases that I have finished up in the past couple of days, but really it felt too under the weather to really do anything about, okay? But also to prepare because I will have multiple holiday-themed specials. That is right. I'm not going to go too much into detail about it, but just to give you a quick heads up, Christmas Eve I'll be doing WWE Fantasy Simulation matches, okay? In WWE 2K17, excuse me, as I do every single year. It'll be a simulation stream, all fantasy stuff. And then Sunday, on Christmas Day, I'll be doing a chill stream, where I may or may not even be playing games. I have to decide what games I'd like to play. It's going to be more about talking with you about the holidays, about our family traditions, about what we all got for Christmas, right? Different things, what kind of food we're eating, and just sharing stories and stuff back and forth. I'll have a house walkthrough to share with everyone on that stream. It'll be a very much different kind of stream than typically. Okay? So, yes, that's going to be the whole next week. Finishing up the games I'm playing. There's a little bit of new content tomorrow. And, of course, the holiday stuff this coming weekend. Okay? Today, the gameplay stream will be Final Fantasy 15 post-game. Alright? And should be fun. What I'm planning on doing today is a stacked experience run, meaning what I'm going to try to do is get items that will enhance the amount of experience that I'm receiving, including food and magic, Expericast magic, okay? I want to run through a couple of the lower level optional endgame dungeons so that I can stack experience, and then I want to go back to Altitia and do that triple experience hotel. So you're going to see a couple endgame dungeons here on today's stream. Hopefully mass leveling if everything goes according to plan. And if everything does go according to plan, I should be gaining a ton of levels. Okay? In which case, then I can maybe head on to do the higher level hunts, which I definitely want to do. And see if I can finish up the legendary hunt quest lines. There's also the Adamantoise fight that I definitely need to prepare for, because I've heard it's the toughest fight in the game, because it takes so long. And yes, there is still the puzzle dungeon. I'm not planning on doing the puzzle dungeon today. I just want to point that out, okay? Puzzle dungeon I do want to do, but it'll probably be later in the week if I tackle that. Today it's more about going through the endgame dungeons and experience stacking to prepare for the higher level hunts, okay? Alrighty. Now, later tonight, no gameplay or gameplay stream. Later tonight, hopefully my voice is good enough. I'm going to attempt to work on and maybe even complete, I don't know, my review of The Last Guardian. I want to get that done because I have other stuff to work on. Yesterday, for those who aren't aware, I finished Dead Rising 4. So now that Dead Rising 4 is done, I have to review that as well. So I really have to head into review mode, which means that I need to push forward to get these reviews done. The problem is being my voice has been shot, so I haven't been able to do many of these, reviews or anything. So that being said, hopefully tonight I'll be able to work on that. Don't know if I'll have it released, but at least I'll hopefully be able to make headway, okay? As you can hear, my voice is still hoarse, but it actually is better than it's been. It's not as swollen today as it's been recently, which is good. It seems like finally the swelling is going down. It's been a freaking week where it's been nasty. It sucks, but hey, it is what it is. That's life when you get sick. And the good news is, because it is starting to feel better, I think maybe by the end of this week, hopefully I can be back in full form, because the bottom line is my year-end series are coming, right? When the year-end series are coming, that's a lot of edited work and a lot of speaking and everything that I need to do. So I need to get the voice back in time for that. Okay? Okay. Alright, I really don't know much else to talk about. Like I said, I did the weekend preview last night. It explained the whole week in detail. Okay? So really I don't need to go into much detail about that. The only real things to touch upon would be the plugs, but I really don't want to do an excessive plug segment today. You guys and gals who are here today know all about it, right? I do want to say thank you for all of the great attendance on streams and, you know, your support during streams, the subs, the bits and everything. I know the past few days have been rough because I haven't really been around, you know, or when I'm around, I sound like crap. And yesterday I tried to stream and I had to cut the stream short, and, you know, it hasn't been the best of times. What can I say? But it is what it is. That's life. Hopefully now we can get back on track starting today, and, you know, we can get back to the point where every day I'm consistently here for you, but also I'm doing edited content and all of that. So anyway, real quick, the only real plug that I want to go into today would be Patreon. As you guys and gals know, Patreon is the way by which you can massively support me. It's the way that you can best support me. Yes, I know that subbing and you know, giving the bits every day and that kind of stuff, you may think, oh, you know, that's very useful to fill, and it is. You know, there's some people here who have been giving me a tremendous amount of the cheers and everything, and it's adding up, and it's really helpful. Okay, but I do want to throw out there that Patreon is a great way to do it, because not only do you help support me to keep doing this as a job, but you get something out of it. Okay, I mean, this month you're contributing to the monthly goal of doing an awesome, you know, 7-hour chill marathon stream in late January, right before Resident Evil 7 releases. And that could be a really awesome event. I think it could be very successful and be something that people really enjoy. So, you know, I just want to say, even though I'm not necessarily here pushing Patreon every day or whatever, it is important. You know, we still have a good 11 days left in the month for me to talk about it, but I just want to keep throwing it out there. It's not like there's anything huge or new between now and the end of the year that's going to get more people attending stream than usual. So just got to throw it out there when I can, okay? Okay. Alright, I guess that's really it, everybody. Like I said, I really don't feel like doing excessive plugs today. I'd rather just, you know, get into the game and get back into the groove of things after being away for a couple days and not feeling so good, so... Okay. Also, oh yeah, I should say one final thing. I already said it on Twitter, but for those of you who didn't read my Twitter this morning, okay? No, I'm not playing Street Fighter V. Street Fighter V Season 2 apparently comes out tomorrow. I really could not give less of a shit. I've said all year that Street Fighter V was a subpar game. It's the worst game in the numbered Street Fighter series. All year, Capcom and the competitive fighting game community have done damage control on this game, trying to convince the mainstream players that this game is good, and you should still play it, even though the game is the least selling Street Fighter game, you know, in recent history. It didn't even sell 1 million copies. Far below what Capcom wanted for its sales goals, way far below what Street Fighter 4 did. The game has massive input delay. The game just sucks, okay? It's terrible. But they want you to think it's good so that you'll buy it and play it and propagate it so that FGC can thrive and they can keep making their sponsorship dollars and keep getting all their revenue for their streams and videos. And that's all they care about. The bottom line is the game sucks. It did since launch. It still does. And I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to support it. I'm just not going to do it. You know, oh, Season 2. we're rebalancing the game, and Akuma's finally in it, and I say Akuma should have been in it since day one. Akuma's been a mainstream part of Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2 Super Turbos when he debuted. There was no excuse for him to not be in it besides to try to nickel and dime people later on to get him into the game. If the game was so good this year like they claimed, why are they rebalancing it and redoing it? The game's shit. The game is shit and no one should be playing it. It's pretty much should be a boycott so that Capcom will actually go back and make good games rather than rush out crap like they did with Street Fighter V this year. But the problem is so many people, they buy into the hype of the FGC and they hear, oh, didn't you hear EVO had the highest attendance this year? And more people played Street Fighter V at EVO than ever before. And all the streams for Street Fighter V have the highest attendance. It's like, yeah, that means nothing. That literally means nothing. Just because more people are watching something doesn't mean that it's better. It just means that people buy into hype because they're fucking gullible. And I'm not going to buy into that shit. I know Street Fighter V sucks. I know it's not going to get any better. I'm not going to waste my time with the game anymore. I'm done with it. Completely. And if you want to go watch FGC heads hype up this shit game more power to you. I guess you like to waste your time. But I'm going to be focusing in on good stuff. There. I'm not wasting more time on this garbage. Okay? So no Akuma. No more Street Fighter V. I'm done with the game. Completely. I have no more time for it. I wasted enough time in 2016 on a shit game. And I'm not going to waste any more time in 2016. And certainly no time in 2017 on a shit game. Okay? Alright. There you have it. I have way more important stuff to deal with than Street Fighter V. That's for sure. Alright, everyone. Let's begin. Today's Final Fantasy 15 stream. Hope you're excited. I'm excited. And, let's do it. Post-game. Let's get that experience stacking. Alrighty. Okay. So let's get this stuff out of here. Get my headphones on. Get the game up here. It's already booted. It's already booted. I just need to start playing. Actually, I got to do that other hunt to get enough money for the experience booster item. Okay. Alright, just double checking everything here. Everything looks alright. Well, I'll blow my nose quickly. Then we will begin. Alright, here we go. Alright, Alright, hello folks. Just wanted to let everybody know that I am here on the stream. We are live and good to go. I will be starting the formal pre-stream in just a few minutes, but the stream just went up and running and I just tweeted that we're live. So as usual, I'll give it a few minutes here for people to settle in before we begin. Today's gameplay stream will be Final Fantasy 15. We're doing more post-game, but what I'm going to do today is focus in on a few quick hunts that I was already working on at the end of the last session. And then once we get through those hunts, I'm going to begin with the Puzzle Dungeon, which from all reports can be 3 to 5 hours long. So there's no way I'm going to be able to beat it today, but I'm going to try to get as far as I possibly can, okay? And then I'm going to belch really loudly like this. Probably multiple times during the stream. Later tonight, I'll be checking out the Friday the 13th beta, which I have access to, but last night I got caught up in some other stuff. I'll talk about that on the pre-stream. But that's today's agenda. Okay, everybody? So, hopefully, you will enjoy today's gameplay stream, alright? Take this opportunity, grab a drink or a snack, use the restroom, do what you need to do. For I'll be back in just a few minutes with the pre-stream, and then we'll get the show on the road, okay, everybody? Alright, I'll be back shortly. See you then. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome. How's everybody doing today? Hello, and welcome. Today is Wednesday, December 21st, 2016. I am Darkside Phil. Welcome to my gameplay stream for the day. The final countdown. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're even closer to Christmas. It's coming. Alright, this weekend, it's almost here. Now, first of all, I am still under the weather, as you can already tell, but I am every day sounding a little bit better, which is a good thing. Finally, I'm starting to get a clear throat. Thank the gods. Thank the one God, the many gods, the atheist, non-existent God, every God. Thank every possible thing. Because whatever or whoever is responsible, my voice was really messed up for a couple weeks there. And I really needed to get it back because I've got so much to do. Just to give everyone an idea, alright? I was actually just talking about this with the stream chat. Just let me give you guys and gals an idea of all the stuff that I'm up to, okay? So right now, I'm doing the continuing, ongoing post-game playthrough of Final Fantasy XV, being that I've got a few more interesting hunts to do, the puzzle dungeon and that stuff. It looks like it's still going to be a few more streams before I've kind of tapped out all the content of this game, alright? I've got to get back to Pokemon Moon. This is a playthrough that now has been on hold for some 3 weeks or so because I've been doing all the new games and then I got sick and there's no way I could do all the voiceovers for the game if I'm sick, right? So in that regard, I've been waiting to get back to that game and there's still apparently a lot to do in that game, alright? I've got the Friday the 13th beta. Yes, I'm going to be doing that tonight. Originally I was going to do that last night, but I got so wrapped up with something else, which I'm about to talk about, that I didn't have time to do it, so I got to do that tonight. The other thing I'm talking about is the WWE 2K17 Holiday Sims, which I'm going to be doing this coming Saturday, okay? This coming Saturday, I'm doing my annual fantasy simulation matches, which is going to have all kinds of holiday hilarity, silly characters, crazy, zany matches, a fantasy Royal Rumble match, all the stuff that you've come to know and expect from me around the holidays when it comes to my silly wrestling stuff, is going to go down this Saturday. But, unfortunately, the way that it works, okay, is that every day you can only download 20 things in WWE 2K17. Now, I need to download at least 30 created wrestlers just for the Fantasy Rumble, plus I'm doing 5 other matches, so I need to get a bunch of stuff, custom arenas, custom titles, there's all this stuff I need to download. So every night I have to jump on a WWE 2K17 and go through and download more stuff. So I gotta do that every night this week in preparation for Saturday, okay? Now in addition to all of that, I finished Dead Rising 4 and I have to review Dead Rising 4. So I have to do that, and I'm going to be trying to do that tomorrow night. Okay? Then, with all this other stuff going on, right? I got my Christmas stream going on Christmas Day. And then next week, we've got the Patron multiplayer event is beginning, so I need to set that up, which I haven't even had a chance to go on the forums and look at the registrations and get a rough schedule done with that yet. And in addition to all of that, okay, I have to do the year-end series, which I haven't even started yet. Seriously, I still haven't started it yet. I haven't even gone on the forums and looked at the funniest moments of the year nominations to even just look to make a poll for people to start voting on yet. There's so much going on at the same time, and quite honestly, quite honestly, it's wearing me down. And I know that, I'm going to do my best to get through all this, okay? But more than likely what's going to end up happening is those year-end series are going to be late. They're going to end up being after Christmas. They're going to end up being, throughout January, which, by the way, is fine, because in January there's almost nothing new going on. So what I'm planning on doing in January is continuing with Pokemon Moon, then starting up with either Zelda Ocarina of Time or Final Fantasy IV, and kind of balancing that stuff over the course of January until Resident Evil comes out at the end of the month. So that is so much going on that I need to work on. If anything, if the year-end series end up a little bit later than usual, I don't think that's a big deal, Alright. So that's what's on my plate. I don't know what's on your plate for the next several weeks to month. But, yeah, I'm going to be pretty damned busy. Let's just put it that way, okay? Outside of all that, I don't really have much else to talk about. There's just so much crazy shit going on. I do want to remind everyone that KO Gaming, I'm now putting up new videos over there. And I put up my last Guardian review Monday night. Overnight, within 24 hours, it got about 5,000 views, which is typically what happens with that channel. Typically, the reviews get about 5,000 views in the first 24 hours. Although, I do have to call this out, because this is just so hilarious. I just have to publicly talk about this quickly, okay? I'm not even kidding you guys and gals. There were some comments on my review, and I'm not making this up. I wish I were. Here's what the comments said. Well, Phil, your review seems very critical and very negative about The Last Guardian. However, we've watched both PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye, two of the biggest and best YouTubers on the planet, play this game, and both of those YouTubers are completely kissing the game's butt, saying it's one of the best games, if not the best game of 2016. It's super emotional. Both of them got so emotional during their playthroughs, and therefore, we believe them over you, so this review is invalid. I'm not even kidding you. That's what the comments said. And I kind of just put my hands into my hair and said, I can't believe how stupid the common YouTube viewer is these days. I just can't anymore. Like, seriously. Like, how many times have we already said that the big YouTubers, a lot of these people, all they do is paid advertisements. That's all they do. Paid advertisements. People don't realize that when they're doing these playthroughs, they're not legitimate. These guys are fucking talking ads. That's what they are. Like, they get paid tons of money. They get sent the games way ahead of time. They script all the shit they're gonna say during their gameplay. And nothing they do is legitimate. It's all paid advertisement. But these people are so fucking dumb that they actually think that what I do compared to what they do is the same thing. Oh my god. I just gotta... I just don't get it anymore. I just don't get it. Seriously. But, I just don't know, man. So, my review, just remember, everyone, my review of The Last Guardian, which calls out, by the way, there's landscapers outside, that's what you're hearing, which calls out concrete points, why the game is outdated, why the game is not up to snuff for a modern game in 2016, and why it's a ripoff for $60. I actually factually outlined the reasons why, but my review is invalid because two guys who do paid advertisements on YouTube say the game is good. Okay. Okay. Well, I seriously don't even know what else to say anymore. I just don't get it. Like, because that's the thing. That's the truth, is that there's so many people like that who, they're so ignorant. Let me put it this way. They're not stupid. They're not. They're ignorant. These are the people who go on YouTube, and the only reason they watch a video is because it has 1 million views, right? So because PewDiePie and I can't even fuck his name, Jacksepticeye, what the fuck kind of name is that? Because these two guys go on YouTube, and every video they put out gets 1 million views. It makes them the be-all, end-all authority on gaming, and everyone else should be immediately written off. Not the fact that most people with intelligent minds say that those guys suck, and you shouldn't watch their shit because they're dumbed down for dumb fucks. You know, kids, that's who watches their stuff, not intelligent humans. You wouldn't ever go to these people to see an intelligent game review, right? You go there to get a silly laugh at a bunch of jokesters. That's really what their content is for. But anyway, whatever. Whatever. It just blows me away. But anyway, I just had to bring that out. It's too funny. But anyway, I am doing more content for KO Gaming. The Last Guardian review is live. As I said, I will be working on the Dead Rising 4 review tomorrow. And then coming up, as I wrap up Final Fantasy 15, yes, I'll be probably reviewing that next week, I'm thinking. And then, of course, my year-end series are going to begin, so. Alright. So the only other thing I gotta talk about is Final Fantasy 15 got an update. I don't know how many people know this. That Final Fantasy 15 got an update, but it did. It got a 3 GB update. And this update apparently has a few things. First of all, it apparently fixes a lot of the bugs that the game had. Okay. You know, and the game has a lot of them, let's face it. The game has a ton of bugs. So let's hope that it actually did fix a lot of them. Not that it really affects me anymore, because I'm done with the game. So all the bugs and things that I've been affected by, you know what I mean? The only bug maybe would be if I go into any more post-game dungeons, maybe they'll actually have enemies this time. So, I guess so. But the other thing it's supposed to fix is that it's supposed to add, not fix, excuse me, it's supposed to add some kind of Christmas-themed content, but apparently that Christmas-themed content isn't live yet. I don't know. I don't know when it actually, I guess it's supposed to be tomorrow or something. I don't know, but I am going to be playing more Final Fantasy 15 regardless, so we're going to be able to see what this content is coming up. So we'll see, you know, if it's anything significant and if it's any reason for people who maybe beat the game, you know, weeks ago and haven't really played it, for any reason for them to come back and check it out. I'm also sure that, you know, there's going to be people getting the game for Christmas, so those people will have some holiday-themed stuff in there for it, right? And I guess it adds a New Game Plus, is what people are saying. So I guess the game now has New Game Plus mode, if you want to do that. Although some people are saying there's no point to it, because all it does is allows you to replay the game with your, you know, your existing levels and your existing abilities, but it doesn't add anything. It's not like there's any add-in challenges or added bosses or anything like that. So basically you're replaying the game with no added reason to do it. I don't know. Well, I don't know why you would want to do that if there's no extra stuff. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm probably never going to do the New Game Plus, but I'll probably check out the Christmas content in the next few days. Okay? Alright. So, let's get started, everyone, real quick. Let's just run through a few quick plugs. First off, I got good news for those who are fans of my Loot Crate unboxings. I know it's been a while. It was actually early November was the last time I did a Loot Crate unboxing. It was the Marvel Gear and Goods Crate. It had the Doctor Strange robe. Remember that? Well, my WWE Slam Crate has shipped, and it should be here either late this week or early next week. I'm going to go out and say early next week, and the reason is being because it is Christmas week. All of the mail and all of that kind of stuff is backed up already. And I certainly would be very surprised if somehow this package gets to me at the end of this week with all the Christmas gifts and everything already in the system. Okay? But I should be getting my first WWE Slam Crate shortly, and I'll be able to unbox it. Okay? And then after that, the next crate I'll be getting is the next Marvel Gear and Goods Crate, which I believe is actually going to be in early January. Okay? So, if you're interested in my Loot Crate unboxings, you can check them out on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs. And if you're interested in maybe getting a Loot Crate subscription for yourself, if you use the referral code, which is lootcrate.com/darksidephil, and then you use the code SAVEME10DSP at checkout, you can save 10% on any new Loot Crate subscription, which is good for you, and it's good for me because I get some referral credit for it too. So, there you have it. Please follow me on Twitter at TheyCallMeDSP. Following me on Twitter is the way to be in the know about what I'll be doing every single day. It's where I have my schedule that I update. I post up all kinds of interesting stuff on social media, things that I'm working on, meals that I'm eating or preparing, and all kinds of stuff. I share holiday pictures, holiday films that I've been watching all month. I've been sharing with everyone, and people have actually told me thank you. They really enjoy this time of the year because I share holiday-themed stuff with them all the time. So, excuse me. Please follow me on Twitter. Already talked about KO Gaming. YouTube.com/KO Gaming 1. There's going to be tons of content coming up there, including reviews and then the year-end series, so please subscribe now. Patreon. We are in the final countdown for Patreon. 10 days left in the month of December, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, there's 31 days in December. So 10 days left for you to pledge to my Patreon for this month. First off, pledging to my Patreon allows me to do this ongoing as a job, as something that I get to do every single day, live streaming, edited videos. I love doing it. I've done it for 8 years. I want to keep doing it. And the major way that you can contribute and allow me to keep doing it is Patreon, all right? Your pledges directly fund my bills. It's not like the money goes to some fluff fund, right? It's paying my bills and allowing me to keep doing this. It's paying for the games, it's paying for the supplies for the business and everything. It's paying my internet bill, my electric bill, all the things I need for the business. So please, if you like what I do, please pledge. As little as $1 helps. Don't think that, oh, it's only $1. No, as little as $1 helps. Those dollars add up for me and become a significant source of ongoing income, okay? Now, you also get perks for your pledges. You get things such as getting text or verbal thank yous in my videos, getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King. The next one is in late January, by the way. You can get a private Q&A video made. There's a lot of stuff that you can actually get for pledging. This particular month, if you pledge $5 or more, you're basically getting in on the Twitch and Chill Marathon event that I'll be doing in late January, right before the release of Resident Evil 7. This is going to be a 7+ hour marathon where really I'm just here to hang out with you guys, to talk with you about whatever's going on. And yes, there will be games involved, but they're not going to be the primary focus. It's going to be more about me interacting with you guys, which a lot of people claims to be one of the most popular things here on Twitch, is the more social interaction versus being all about doing a game playthrough. All right? So, you know, pretty cool. And I hope that we hit the goal for the month. If you pledge $5 or more, you'll actually get to nominate what kind of chill games I'll be playing during that marathon stream. You know, some nominees already are games such as Stardew Valley or Darkest Dungeon, but some people have said there's like a bunch of interactive Twitch-like games where like it's meant to be interactive with the stream chat, and maybe those are the games I should play, but I don't know too much about those. So it'll be all about you guys, you know, interacting with me and even telling me which are the best games for that kind of stream, because I don't know better. Okay? So, thank you everyone who has pledged already, okay? The upcoming Patrons Multiplayer Marathon that I'll be doing starting next week is due to people who pledged in November. And I hope that we hit the goal this month, because I would love to do this kind of Twitch and Chill Marathon in January, okay? Alright. Last but not least, my girlfriend Leanna has her own business called The Black Currant, at which she sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. Great ideas for a gift for Christmas, although at this point, there's no way you're going to get the gift for Christmas if you buy it now. But hey, maybe you, maybe Santa leaves you a little bit extra in your stocking, and you're looking for something nice for yourself or for a loved one, right? The Black Currant is a great place where you can get these really high-quality soaps and wax tart melts. Now, don't take my word for it. Obviously, I'm Leanna's boyfriend. I'm going to say this stuff is good no matter what. However, if you don't believe me, if you think I'm a shill, you can go to the website yourself, because real customers have left ridiculous amounts of positive feedback since she opened the business in early 2015. Tons of great reviews. Check it out for yourself. You'll see firsthand she makes great quality stuff. Okay? Alright. That is it, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. And let's begin. Let's jump back into Final Fantasy 15. Like I said, we're going to start with a few quick hunts, because I was already in the midst of a few quick hunts, and I do want to get those done. But then we're going to be checking out the puzzle dungeon today. Okay? Alright, that is it. Let's start. And hopefully my voice holds out. Alrighty. Alright, everyone. And I'm already in the game, by the way. I'm already ready to go. But before we begin, it is time for some thank yous, because already there's some great reasons to be thankful. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I got a bunch of new subs. Okay? 15 hours ago, Deadshot130 subscribed. And then in the past few minutes, Charizard545, RL Cool, and Informed Crayon 2 all subscribed to the channel. Thank you. I believe, now this isn't 100% accurate because I just checked it a few minutes ago. It said I had like 116 subscribers. I may have like 119. If this is correct, I might have like 119 subscribers now. So, up and up, we're doing good. Okay? And, you know, it's been a little quiet recently because I've been sick. But I fully expect that with new playthroughs and stuff coming up, people will be working on new emotes and a new sub badge and all of that. So thank you to those who have subscribed. I also want to say thank you to Neon Born Spartan 9, who did cheer a couple times before we even started here today. Okay? Ugh, okay. Ah. Ah. I got sand in my left eye. Ah. I must have had a big chunk of, sand from when you're sleeping stuck on my eyelash, and it went directly into my eye. Ow. Give me a second here. Ouch. Okay, better. Okay, is everyone ready? Alright, here we go. Okay, so